Welcome to Tech Blueprint, a window that lets you know the latest technology news in the world. Hey, everyone, today we have to talk about two big things. One is that Huawei's Hongmeng OS has just been released, and the other is that Apple CEO Cook made an emergency visit to China and met with our Minister of Industry and Information Technology. Don't think that these two things have nothing to do with you. In fact, there are many things behind them, and they are closely related to our lives. Let's talk about Huawei's Hongmeng OS first. You may have heard of Hongmeng OS, but do you know what it is? Simply put, Hongmeng OS is an operating system developed by Huawei itself, which is different from the Android and Apple systems we usually use. The biggest feature of Hongmeng OS is the full-scene smart experience. What does it mean? That is to say, it can be used not only on mobile phones, but also on various smart devices such as TVs, computers, tablets, watches, and car machines, and the devices can be interconnected, which is very convenient to use. You may ask, aren't the Android and Apple systems we usually use also very easy to use? Why does Huawei have to spend so much effort to develop Hongmeng OS? In fact, the reason behind this is not simple. Think about it. China's technological strength is getting stronger and stronger, and many fields have already come to the forefront of the world. However, in the field of operating systems, we still have to rely on others. Can we feel at ease? Therefore, Huawei developed Hongmeng OS to break this situation and allow China to master the core technology of operating systems and no longer be controlled by others. Moreover, the release of Hongmeng OS is also a good thing for everyone. Think about it, there are more and more smart devices in our homes now: TVs, refrigerators, air conditioners, washing machines. Which one is not smart? But these devices are often independent of each other, which is very inconvenient to use. Hongmeng OS can make these devices interconnected. You only need a mobile phone to control all the smart devices in your home. Isn't it very convenient? Let's talk about Apple CEO Cook's emergency visit to China. You may find it strange that the release of Huawei's Hongmeng OS has nothing to do with Cook's visit to China. In fact, there are many ways behind it. Think about it. The release of Huawei's Hongmeng OS is a big challenge for Apple. After all, Apple has always been the leader in the field of operating systems. Now that Huawei's Hongmeng OS has come out, there will be a strong competitor. It is said that Cook's visit to China this time is to meet with our Minister of Industry and Information Technology to discuss Apple's development in China. Don't underestimate this meeting, the significance behind it is huge. You think, the trade war between China and the United States is intensifying, and Apple, as a large American company, will definitely be affected in China. Cook's visit to China this time may be to seek China's support and help so that Apple's development in China can be smoother. Of course, Cook will definitely talk to our Minister of Industry and Information Technology about Apple's development in the field of operating systems during his visit to China. After all, the release of Hongmeng OS is a big challenge for Apple. Cook may also want to take this opportunity to learn about Hongmeng OS and see what it is so powerful so that Apple can adjust its strategy in time to deal with this new challenge. However, we don't care about the open and secret struggles between these big companies. What we care about is what benefits these technology products can bring to our lives. Just like Hongmeng OS, it can interconnect smart devices in our home and make our lives more convenient and comfortable. This is what we care about most. Speaking of this, I have to remind you, although the open and secret struggles between these big companies have little to do with everyone, we must always be vigilant and not be led by these big companies. You think these big companies can use any means to make money. Sometimes we have to open our eyes and don't be fooled by them. For example, some mobile phone manufacturers now start to use all kinds of fancy marketing methods to make money. What about full screen, folding screen, billion-level pixels, etc.? It sounds very powerful, but what about in reality? You may not feel any difference when using it, and you may even spend a lot of money because of these fancy functions. Therefore, when we choose technology products, we must remain rational and choose the right products according to our actual needs. Don't be fooled by those fancy marketing methods. After all, it's not easy for everyone to make money, and every penny must be spent on the blade. Finally, I want to say that both the release of Huawei's Hongmeng OS and Apple CEO Cook's visit to China show one thing: technology has become more and more deeply integrated into our lives. We must always pay attention to the development of these technologies and understand the changes they bring to our lives in order to better adapt to this ever-changing era.